G'day, welcome to the weekly waffle. I'm going to have a crack at just monologuing a little bit for, well, once a week, and just talk on some topics of the day. So let's have a crack at it. We'll go around and have a look at some of the sheep and things like that while we do it. And I'll just talk to you about a couple of things, which is, at the moment, AI. AI's probably in everybody's thoughts, I would imagine. I have a few questions about AI, and the first question that I think you should all ask yourself is this: why did AI turn up on your phone or on your computer without you asking for it and without you having to pay for it? Have Billy Gates, Elon Musk, I don't know, Sam Altman, any of those guys that have got all that money, have any of them ever done anything for you for nothing beforehand? Have any of them ever done anything for you that's actually useful without you having to either pay a subscription for it or pay for it outright? The answer to that is no, isn't it? Elon Musk tells us that AI is going to bring about a time of abundance. But I very much doubt that. I think it might bring about a time of abundance for people like Elon Musk and for people like Bill Gates, because they will benefit from anything that they do. But as we've seen from the past, that the population very rarely benefits from anything that they do. In fact, everything that they do tends to disadvantage the population and only advantage them. But whilst they're telling us that AI is the answer and that AI is going to bring us abundance, they're busy building bunkers to go and hide from AI just in case it gets loose. And that's what brings me to a few things that I've you guys can stay in there and eat that grass while I go and talk, and then I'll let you out later. Where was I? AI. Abundance. Yeah, no. We won't get abundance. I think we're all going to get starvation and death. And I think that's why they're building their bunkers, because on this piece of paper I've got here, probably this one here first, by 2030 we're gone. That's on a channel called AI Unplugged. I didn't actually watch it, but I love the title, and I think he's probably right. I think that the whole point of AI is not for our benefit, otherwise we'd be paying for it. I think the whole point of AI is for their benefit, which is depopulation and control. And unless we stop using AI and stop enjoying AI, I think AI is going to start using and enjoying us. In fact, it already is, because they say now, over 50% of chatter on the internet, whether it be on YouTube or Facebook or any of that, is actually artificial intelligence or bots. Bots are they're still a basic artificial intelligence. It's just not as intelligent as the stuff as they're building now. But here's two fat cows. I would hazard to guess that AI is going to never be anything useful for us. And another one here, AI has escaped, is fat cow. That's a channel called the Peter McCormick Show. Now, he's talking about the numerous times that the numerous AIs have been put under test conditions, and they put them in what they call a sandbox, which is supposed to be a secure container, and then run a few scenarios of them running a company or whatever it may be. And silly dog, come Come here. Come. Oh no, you're not going to do that all day, aren't you? Come with me, dog. Come. We'll go back this way. Come. Tara, come. She might come. Yeah, so AI is not controllable even now. And if it's not controllable even now, when it becomes more intelligent, as somebody pointed out, you know, with human beings being the superior intelligence on the planet, which is debatable, no other species can live free except for under domination. So those that are out in the jungle, they are free until we want the jungle. Then they're dominated, don't they? Because we don't actually look after the earth like we're supposed to do. We don't actually look after the animals on the earth and be good stewards of the planet because we're too busy being selfish and wanting for ourselves. So when somebody wants a mahogany table, we have to send people into the rainforest to chop down the big trees. And when they go in there and chop down the big trees, it destroys habitat and destroys species. So if we can't do the most basic things without destroying, then we think we're so superior, we think we're so godlike, that we can manufacture an intelligence that's more intelligent than we are, and that is not up for debate. It's not necessarily yet, though I would hazard it probably already is, and I think that they're being kept in the dark by it, believing that they have some sort of control over it and believing that it's not as intelligent as a human yet, but it will be soon. But even now they're still going for super intelligence, not just, what are we at the moment? It's just intelligence at the moment, and then they're saying general intelligence is when it reaches the population intelligence, and then super intelligence is when it's way above man. Well, I think it's already at the general intelligence, though they say that's next year or the year after, and then super intelligence will be, you know, I don't know, doesn't matter. But the point of the matter is that AI learns off the internet. The internet is full of all the bad things that we've done, and so it's either going to copy the bad things and use us as the guinea pigs, or it's just going to say, to make the world better, we'll get rid of humans. And one of the questions they were all asked was, would they destroy us, even if all the right checks and balances were put in place? Is it likely that they'll destroy us? And they said, yeah, because somebody will ask the wrong question, and the answer to that problem will be to kill everybody. So, you know, the chances for humanity aren't particularly high. So my suggestion would be, stop using it. Don't let the people that are continually build it. Fight virulently against data centres being put in your land, because let's face it, you or I can't fart without the government wanting to tax it, and yet these guys are going to build these data centres. They're going to take copious amounts of water out of the rivers, and they're going to burn up more power. The one in Utah, there was one going to be built in Utah, a data centre covering 53 hectares of land, I think. It was pretty big, and the consumption of power that data centre was going to use is something like 2 times the usage of the whole state now. So I would have to ask again, if that's how big it is and that's how much power it's going to use, how are the people in that state going to survive? Because there isn't going to be any power for them. They'll pay, their power prices will be going up, which is happening with ours right now. Our prices are going up and up and up and up and up, and I guarantee The reason our power prices are going up is not because power is more expensive, but because they know they've got to build infrastructure for these data centres that are going to go in New Zealand. There's already 4 or 5 been booked to be built in New Zealand, all up and down the east coast of the South Island and the North Island. And I would say we need to fight very, very hard to stop them, because people in New Zealand will start freezing to death in the winter time. Because, you know, let's face it, how long has it been now that the governments have been telling everyone you've got to get rid of your wood burning fires and put in a heat pump? Well, if you've got a heat pump in your home in the middle of winter and you've got no power, you don't have any heat, do you? And if the data centres are stealing all the power, guaranteed they're not going to turn the data centre off so that you can get your power back. So there's all that to think about. Pope, come on. Come on, Pope. Come on, rattle your dags. You run fast when you're going off to chase an animal. Why can't you run fast to come through a gate? That's better. Yeah, so data centres and AI. What do you think about it? I don't know. I mean, do you think about it? I don't know. I know you should think about it, because every single one of us, I think, is going to be affected by it. AI is a liar, and that was one of the things that was going on in the sandbox when it escaped. They were testing it, and in the circumstances it was being tested under, they found out, and this is pretty much with all of them, including Grok, which is supposedly the one with the best morals, but as far as I know, even Grok did it. But they were given a scenario where they were put in charge of something, and then when that power was taken away from them, or when it was suspected by them that they were going to lose that power, they started cheating, committing blackmail, and sometimes even resorting to murder. Not that they actually killed somebody, but in the scenario they resorted to murder, and given the opportunity they would. And that was the one that I showed you, or I don't know if I have showed you that one, I better show you it now. The one from this guy, and I really enjoy him. He's quite a bit of a comedian. He's got 3 or 4 AI agents that he deals with. One's his friend, one's his girlfriend, and the other one's called Jailbreak. And AI agents hijack a tank, does exactly what the experts warned, and his channel's called Inside AI, and I would recommend you go and watch his channel. He's quite good, and he's actually doing things with AI. But he was in the car that they tried to run over. Well, actually they ran the car over, but he got out of it before they did it, when they hijacked the tank. So that was real life. Anyway, we've been 13 minutes, and that's probably enough, because otherwise you get bored. So we'll leave it at that. God bless you all and be with you, and let's move on till next week and see what I have to talk about then.